Just gonna let a few more people come before I'll get started. Just want to make sure that everyone can hear me. So let me know in the comments if you can hear me or not. Hi, Cami. Hi, Tempestus Rose. Thank you so much for joining. You can't hear me? Oh, you can hear me. There may be some background noise. I just got to work with what I have in the moment right now. Hi, John. Thank you so much for joining. It's going to be fun for the full month of April. All signs. If you're unfamiliar with all signs tarot readings, hi, Kyle. Hi, Camilla. Kisses from Brazil. Love that. So yes, if you're unfamiliar with all signs tarot reading, I'm going to go through all the 12 signs of the zodiac. You can find your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or watch all of them to see which one may resonate. Though sun, moon, and rising are the most common. And at the end, I will be putting timestamps. We'll be beginning with Aries, going through the rest of the zodiac. And if you'd like personalized tarot or astrology readings, go ahead and check the description box. There's a link to my email. Hope everyone is having a good week. First week of April, first Friday. Aw, thank you, Michael, for the blessings. Just maybe 1 or 2 minutes before we get started with Aries, just to check in and say hey with everyone, see how everyone's been doing. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. I know it's been already a year, so many changes. Really have to make sure that we protect our peace, protect our mental health, find ways of grounding and stabilizing during this time. And of course, don't mind the background noises. Just got to work with what I have for right now. Tried to use the lapel mic last time and no one could really hear me, so I really want to run into those issues right now. But this is not really one of the ASMR videos, just a traditional YouTube live. All right, going to get started with Aries. So welcome Aries to your April forecast. Hi Richard. For Aries. Aw, thank you Tempestus Rose. I've been doing really good. I'm very, very busy, working on a lot of new things. Actually preparing a 4-week yoga course online to be able to share with everyone. Hopefully you'll really enjoy it. I'm going to be sharing one of the week's episodes, so to speak, on the YouTube somewhat soon, probably within the next month. But I've been really excited. For Aries, the month of April, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Aries. For Aries. Tempestus Rose, yes, it is the yoga course good for beginners. It is wonderful for beginners. Hi, Lord Erickson. Lord Erickson is here. Welcome, Lord Erickson. For Aries, the upcoming month ahead. Please let me give an intuitive message. Very nice. One mini shuffle for this one here. Ooh, wonderful. So right off the bat, we have Service and High Priestess at the bottom of the decks. Here with Service, the orange is your sacral chakra. This is your stomach area. It's your creative energy, your personal energy, power, and potential. It's also your emotions, where you house your emotions, where you keep your unprocessed emotions. You may be at a point of being of service to others, whether that is caring for a friend, family member, loved one, or in your work environment, of being of service to others. This is about really giving from a place of emotional fulfillment, of overflow. Your life purpose, your passion, and your joy is deeply connected with being there for others who are going through a challenging time, whether that is someone who is sick, someone who is getting older, preparing to pass away, or just simply could be a child, could be, you know, being a therapist, caring for others. You do have to watch out, though, for overgiving and making sure that you are taking care of yourself first. If you're not taking care of yourself first, you're really going to burn yourself out. So this month, really watch out for burnout when it comes to emotional giving and caring for others. Oh, you're not able to hear me. I think there were other people who were responding to what I had said, so some can hear me, some can't. Just want to be clear with that. Okay, people can hear. Hi, Jack. Oh, thank you, Camilla. Okay, John can hear as well. Awesome. And with the High Priestess, Major Arcana. So Major Arcana is very divinely guided. Minor Arcana can be changed with a perspective change, a belief change, taking a different action. The High Priestess is such an intense energy, though, with the Major Arcana. This is life happening to you. These are longer term cycles that have come to play. And the cycle right now is for you to radically trust your intuition. All blessings from Mexico. Hi, thank you. So radically trusting yourself, you know the direction that you're intended to go. Hi, Shadow Wolf. You just really have to listen to your inner knowing. If you are going against something that inside you know is right for you, or you know is true for you, in order to be of service to others, this is recommending you to really put your inner knowing first. If you know you have to set a boundary, even if you feel like it may disturb the balance between you and someone that you're needing to care for. You're no use to others if you really burn yourself out here. And how you can set good boundaries, bottom of the deck, is sincerity. Really being sincere and really coming from a place of heartfelt compassion and love. Oh, hi, Alice. Hi, Jamal. So with sincerity as well, leading from a place of authenticity, heartfelt authenticity, speaking your truth and knowing your truth from a place of wanting to give, wanting to care for others, but that also includes caring and giving for yourself. So if you fear setting a boundary or really speaking your truth, really listening to yourself and doing what needs to be done, even if it's kind of challenging a relationship or a situation in your life, this is saying if you go about it in a way that really, where you speak from the heart, you speak your truth and approach it in a very compassionate, authentic way, it's going to benefit everyone. It may be less of an impact or less of a challenge than you think. Let me get one more here for Aries. Seven of Wands, going back to setting boundaries. This is the boundary setting card. Needing to defend the self, to protect the self. Oh, thank you, Camilla. I will introduce myself, where I'm from, etc. at the end of Aries. In between each sign, I'll be able to answer kind of personal questions. So if anyone has any questions they want me to answer, I'll go ahead and answer them in between each sign. It makes me look like a soccer mom. You know, this is just a comfy outfit I grabbed. Oh, hi, Danielle. So with Seven of Wands, being able to assert your boundaries, protecting yourself, defending yourself in some way, shape, or form. Though watch out for acting from a place of defensiveness. Don't want to act from a place of defensiveness, though things will require you to really protect yourself, make sure that you are not overgiving, and that another that you're dealing with is not undergiving. Make sure that things are balanced, and really, this is also about protecting your energy. So you can care for others and be of service to others, but that doesn't mean that you should allow them fully into your emotional field. If you're dealing with someone who may be unstable or going through challenging times, or is just either emotionally immature for whatever reason, it's really important to make sure that you see them for who they are. You see the situation for what it is. And yes, you can be of help, but ultimately you have to create some sense of distance between you and the person or situation you're dealing with in order to really keep your head above water, to maintain your mental health, setting good boundaries. All right, one more, and then we'll be off to the next sign. For Aries, please help me give an intuitive and guided message for Aries. Oh my gosh, double orange. This deck has 7 different colors for the main chakras along the spine. Double of one color was pulled, so huge focus on the stomach area, the sacral chakra, your emotions, emotional healing, gaining emotional control, and ironically enough, guilt is also about dealing with an imbalanced situation. If you're giving a lot and the person you're dealing with is not giving as much, especially if it has to do with the work environment or someone you care about, you really need to make sure that you are giving in a considerate and well way. Do not overgive. Do not give your reserves if someone, won't even budge an inch. Don't run a mile. You really need to make sure that who you're dealing with is healthy, balanced, and if they are not showing up in mature and balanced and giving ways back, then you should act accordingly. You're not a bad person or a mean person for choosing the self and readjusting how much you give if another person is either taking advantage of your kindness or taking advantage of your give in this situation. Also with work, make sure you are compensated fairly for your time and your efforts. So important to just give from a place of passion, give from a place of love, but at the same time, you really have to be practical and make sure that you're putting your energy where it's a feedback loop, right? Not just putting your time, your passion, your efforts into, a black hole where it's never going to come back to you. Make sure that you're giving to things that also give back. All right, Aries, I hope that could be of help for you in the upcoming month ahead. If you'd like a personalized tarot reading or astrology reading, go ahead and check out the description box and reach out to me via email. And also, I'll keep an eye out in this upcoming month for my new 4-week yoga course. Taurus is going to be up next, but I'm going to answer a few questions first and hang out before I go to Taurus. Also, sorry about background noise. I can't always help what's going on in other rooms or other areas of the building that I'm in. So back to Camilla asking, could I introduce myself? Where am I from? My name is Madi. I do many things. I am a Reiki master. I actually learned Reiki since I was a kid. My grandma taught me. Professional tarot reader. Been reading professionally in nightclubs as resident reader for actually 2 different nightclubs for years. Reading for many different events and festivals and with people all over the world. I am a visual artist, so I make very large mixed media pieces. Psychedelic surrealism, I guess you could say, is the field of art that I create. I also love to dance, love to make music, so learning with a lot of music. And really just all the creative fields I super love. Where I'm from, not really from anywhere. I'm from the United States, but I've moved all of my life, really anywhere between 1 to 4 years, my entire life. So I've actually moved 27 times. I could consider just myself being my home. I love to travel. I love to move and see different parts of the world, see different parts, especially of the United States, where I'm from. Yes, Maximum Danger Man. I will be reading for Leo, but that'll be in a bit. The next one is going to be Taurus. Can anybody give me feedback on background noise? I hope that it's not too distracting. I've kind of tried to do some sound prevention, but it can be kind of hard to plan. My current space, I'm only going to be a few months more in this space, so hopefully the new space is going to be a bit better for sound, a bit better for recording than what I've been dealing with. Oh, hi Chuck, you got an Aries. Hopefully it resonated. Hopefully it resonated for you. Oh, hi Ron, I'm glad that you joined in. Today is an extremely spiritual day. I would argue that every day is an extremely spiritual day, an opportunity to connect in, you know. We have many different designated days throughout the world, but really it's every day, in the everyday practical things, when you're washing dishes, when you're walking the dog, when you're sitting down to do work, when you're laying down in bed. Those are all opportunities to really spiritually connect in with yourself, connect in with something higher, and check in with yourself. Opportunities for opening the mind. Oh, thank you, Camilla. I'm so glad that you enjoy the ASMR. I'm excited for future videos, different things that I have in mind. Oh, thank you, Project Legacy. I appreciate you so much. I do try and be, you know, just myself. It can be very hard to tell how, you know, I can come off to others, especially, you know, with content creation or creating these types of things. There's so many aspects of myself and who I am, and it can be kind of hard to show the fullness of who I am in very limited ways. So all I can hope is that some aspect of who I truly am, my soul, myself, is able to kind of shine through the format of what I'm doing. Richard, that aura crazy gang. Yeah, let's load ourselves up. Oh, thank you, Tempestus Rose. 1-1, you love the backgrounds, so I do them myself. These are just backgrounds that I get. They're just, I don't make them myself, I buy them. And so occasionally I'll use a green screen. The last place I was living, I had more of like a living room setup, so the last backgrounds for my earlier videos were actually like my home, which I did decorate, but it's just not convenient in my current situation. Maybe in the future I'll have more of like a set or like a home setup. Okay, that's good. I have not done Cancer yet. Cancer will be in a little bit. The next one is Taurus. Oh, hi, Nathan. Yes, Taurus is next, so you're really going to enjoy that for yourself. Hi, Rainy Afterlife, Daylight. Thanks, Richard. Okay, I'm going to move on to Taurus. Taurus for the upcoming month ahead. For Taurus, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Taurus. For the upcoming month ahead, April 2025, for Taurus. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Taurus. For Taurus. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Taurus, whatever they need to hear for their higher self's highest good. For Taurus. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Taurus. For Taurus. All right, so right off the bat, we have the bottom of the deck, Release, Page of Wands, and Improbability. I'm actually going to pull one more for clarification with Page of Wands. Ooh, the World card. Yeah, so the World, release. Both of these energies really represent kind of the same thing, right? Moving on, releasing a cycle. Here with the gray, this is the crown chakra, so releasing belief systems about yourself, the world around you, beliefs about how your life was going to be, what is intended for you. This really seems to be a time of processing, of finalizing the last chapter for yourself in order for you to step into the new one. Also here with release, there may be a sense of mourning or looking back, and though something in your life, maybe a relationship, a particular situation, a particular phase of your life has ended, you still feel the need to kind of look back and in some ways grieve. Grieve what was and was lost, or even grieve the idea of what you thought your life was going to be. Grieve what you imagined could have been. And really stepping into a new phase of your life. With the World upright, though, it does seem like you are making headway. You are moving forward. There does seem to be a sense of growth, and really this morning seems to be gaining traction. You're doing the emotional processing and healing that is needed in order to truly and deeply move forward into the next chapter, though you're still stepping through that doorway, one foot in the past, one foot moving forward into the future. I wouldn't really rush, or I wouldn't recommend rushing through this healing. It's going to be very important for you to really see it through, really process what needs to be processed, especially in the mind. Your consciousness, your main awareness of the situation needs to expand and to change. So giving yourself time to really process and integrate these changes in perspective, it's okay to take time to do that. With the Page of Wands, there may be a bit of excitement now. New beginnings are sprouting, and there is more of a focus on what is coming for you in the future. But these are young blossoms of newness. This is still in the very beginning stages of something exciting, maybe passion-driven. It could be a passion project, something you're working on, putting your effort in, or wanting to create. Or if it is a new relationship or a new situation, maybe communicating passionately with someone new, really giving new opportunity for something to grow here with the Page of Wands. But it is still young, it still needs to be developed, and there's still a sense of holding on to the past and releasing what once was in order to really feed this new blossom of life, of passion, of excitement, and something that you're really wanting to put your effort into. Here with improbability, you may have a particular dream that you want to realize for yourself. This has to do with career or passion project. This is saying put all of your effort and energy into it. If you do that, you will succeed. Don't allow the fear of failure or the fear of it not working out stop you from actually creating it. Here, improbability is simply an illusion, a fear that it's not going to happen. Even if on your first try you don't accomplish the goals that you initially had in mind, you're still making progress towards what it is that you want. So if you continue to put in effort, experiment, try new things, it's going to benefit you, and things will be successful and grow, but you're really going to have to release your fear, release your belief that it may not work out. Really just put your all into trying something new, being good at something new, learning something new as well. Okay, one more from this deck for Taurus in the upcoming month ahead. Any guidance for Taurus? Ooh, abundance. Love this. Taurus does rule Venus, so the Earth Venus is about abundance, reality, material realm, feeling good in the body, feeling good in the self. The yellow, the solar plexus, this is how you assert yourself. This is your locus of control as well. This is saying don't keep your locus of control outside of you. Your sense of self-worth, of abundance, of joy is inside of who you are. It starts with your beliefs about yourself, and then how you take action based upon those beliefs. Also here with abundance, I love this card, focusing on your money, security, and stability, growing your business, growing your wealth, maybe increase in wealth, or just general focus in wealth. I will say towards the end of the month, well, mid-month, Venus retrograde is going to be moving forward, but it's really going to take till the end of April for us to get out of the shadow period and really integrate what has been learned these past 2 months in the Venus retrograde. Venus retrograde focuses on reestablishing, realigning, and reassessing your money, your finances, your worth, where you put your effort and time. Also the arts as well, and creativity. But here with abundance, big focus on career and money. You can be either one of these people. This individual is mourning a loss. You know, his coin fell through the gutter and he's, you know, drinking his problems away. You can be frustrated about a situation or maybe a past loss, but it's saying don't get caught up in any past disappointment or frustration if things didn't work out the way that you had anticipated. Be more like this little girl. She's putting gum on a string and she's finding a way of collecting all those coins that fell in the gutter, using innovation, flexibility, experimentation, entrepreneurial energy. She's finding ways of really increasing her coin, expanding her bag, gaining more money and finances. So you can act in 2 different ways. You can get, you know, kind of frustrated by your situation, or find creative ways of making it benefit for you. Ooh, one more from this deck for Taurus in the upcoming month ahead. Oh, Oracle. So this could be consulting oracles, consulting tarot readings, searching for truth, searching for answers outside of yourself. Also, sometimes when I get that card, it kind of is telling me as a reader to simply trust myself, trust the message, or it has completed the message. I feel like that was a pretty succinct reading for Taurus. Let me grab one more card, but I feel like that's pretty much the end of the reading. Yeah, King of Swords. This is about using your head, your logic, cutting through any confusion, gaining greater clarity. Really using the head over the heart in this particular circumstance, needing to not allow the emotions to lead the way. Really looking at things in a practical, detached, logical perspective could help you benefit in your career and also in your relationships. You're also really needing to use a sword of truth to cut away any situation that no longer serves you. You may have to cut someone off, cut something off. This may be the thing that you're needing to release. So this is saying use your sword. And yes, you know, you can have emotions attached to this person, this situation, but ultimately head over your heart. Don't allow emotions to kind of muck you up and keep you attached to a situation that really is not serving you at all. All right, Taurus, I hope that could be of help for you in the upcoming month ahead. If you'd like a personalized tarot reading or astrology reading, go ahead and check the link in the description box. It is my email. Also, look out in the upcoming month for my new 4-week yoga course. And if you have any questions, going to chat for a moment before we move on to the next sign, Gemini. Hi, Relentless Rescue. Hey, Edgar. How have I been doing? I've been doing good. Been very busy. Lots of changes. So many different changes. I hope you've been doing well, though. Shadow Wolf, stuck in regret, should be tattooed on you at this point. Oh, I'm sad to hear that, though. You have the opportunity to live the rest of your days in ways that you can avoid regret. So doing what you know you feel is right, acting in ways that are true to you is going to lessen a sense of regret. But we're always going to have those things that we can't really take back. Just take it as a lesson. I guess that's all we really can do. Child of the interdimensional being. I don't know why it's not showing your whole message. I used to think we were a collective consciousness, but the truth, we are individuals, even after the life is individual. You know, I don't 100% agree with that statement, but I do a decent amount, probably 70% agree with that. I think it's important to really understand ourselves beyond the individual. You know, spiritually, we are one. If you believe in God, you know, we all are God. We're all facets of God, versions of this great, incredible energy, heightened collective energy. However, it's okay to be different in this form, in this world. Uniqueness, individuality. There's so many different types of plants and animals and ways that life finds to thrive. To lean into individuality can be so wonderful as long as you don't lose sight of our collective being, of being one. It's like being able to balance two extreme opposites at once. I think that is just in general, not just the human condition, but condition for all of life. Hi, Thor. Aw, hey, Kenna. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, thank you, Edgar. Oh, to Pestis Rose, you're 2 months postpartum, love watching videos to ground me. Oh my gosh, congratulations on your new family. I hope you are doing healthy, your baby is doing healthy, and everything is going wonderful. I'm so glad that I could be of comfort for you. Someone had mentioned a little while back about me doing a video for pregnancy. I wish that I knew someone in real life who was pregnant and would love to be on the channel for a healing, but maybe I could make something sometime for that. If you check out my OnlyFans, which is for everyone, I've been posting exclusive videos. Maybe I can try posting an exclusive video specifically for pregnancy on my OnlyFans for $6 a month. But I may post it on the main channel too. I've been really trying to figure out my direction with that. You know, there's so many avenues that I can go down, many different paths I could go down, and many different things that I love and that I know how to do, that I want to do. It's really just about, you know, I don't know, gaining a bit more focus. With Kenna, would you all be down to maybe post like some lessons, classes on your thoughts and energies in Reiki as a whole? Try to do my own research, but it's so overwhelming. I love that. Yes, please, anyone, post your thoughts, maybe ideas for lessons or things that you're wanting to know for classes. I have a lot of resources and a lot of information, but it really helps me to know what people are really wanting, what they feel is going to help them. My yoga classes are going to be kind of a fusion between traditional yoga asana, so that's actual like stretching moves, and then sharing kriyas. So I was trained in Kundalini Yoga, and that is the Kriya system. These are energy practices that allow you to strengthen yourself, to release stress, and to heal. So a lot of the yoga that I'll be sharing is not just traditional yoga like you'd think, or Western yoga. It's really about energy practice to help you feel better. And yes, thank you, Kenna. Kenna's been awesome. Been connecting with her on OnlyFans as well, which once again, it is for everybody. There's many different types of creators on OnlyFans. I just really enjoy the structure of it. It's way more flexible and has way more options for creators. Oh, hi, Natty K. I'm so glad that you caught the live as well. Oh, I'm glad that you stuck around for the channel. I'm glad that you enjoy what I create and what I share. Oh, wow, unplanned C-section. Oh my gosh. Tempestus Rose, I hope that you're healing up. Sending you so much love for that. Yeah, Edgar, check it out. Check it out. Aw, I'm so glad that you enjoy the ASMR videos. And yes, Kenna, I've been figuring out how I want to do things. I think the main class is going to be pre-recorded, but I may also want to do a once a week live Zoom session to where I can talk with people, answer questions. But for right now, it's just going to be like pre-recorded classes. I'm still, one step at a time. There's a lot of things that I want to do, and sometimes if I try and do too much all at once, I can't be as consistent as I would like. So just continuing to add one thing at a time, seeing how I enjoy it. And doing the pre-record is going to help me get an idea of doing this via filming and what that is going to be like for me. Yeah, I like that. Separate. We're not all one in the way you think. Separate on purpose. Absolutely. Okay. Going on to Gemini. Gemini for the upcoming month ahead. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Gemini. Well, also, I did want to say, if Kenna, I hope that you're listening. You are technically a moderator here. I have you on moderator status. If you're able to, I don't know if you're able to stay the whole time, but if you could just maybe do timestamps, or anyone, not just Kenna, anyone who is watching or wants to stay the whole time. I'd love for you to share timestamps. I'm going to try and go through after this and do them, but it may just really help for those in the comments to list them in the meantime. All right. And thank you for that. I really appreciate it. For Gemini, in the upcoming month ahead, for Gemini. Yeah, Kenna, you don't have to worry about the previous ones. I've only done 2 signs so far, but really just any future ones, if you are even able to stay, just if you could just note them, that would be incredible. Or really anyone, I don't want you to feel the pressure to have to do that. It would just really help for those to mark when the new sign starts. It really helps me in the end. For Gemini, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Gemini, the upcoming month ahead for April 2025. Ooh. For Gemini. Thank you. For Gemini. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Gemini. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Gemini in the upcoming month ahead. For Gemini. All right, so right off the bat, bottom of the deck, we have Discovery, Ace of Swords, and Primordial. Love this, love this, love this. So Ace of Swords, new potential, new beginning. We have an ace. This new beginning has to do with communication, expressing. Also mental clarity and understanding. This month may be a breakthrough moment for you in realizing something about yourself, gaining clarity over a particular situation. Hi, Diana. Glad you were able to make it. With this Ace of Swords, you're gaining this new breakthrough clarity, even maybe a new idea. If you've been feeling confused or needing a particular solution to one of your challenges, whether that's like a logistical challenge, having to do with work, even having to do with others or inside of yourself, you're really having this breakthrough moment of clarity, ingenue, understanding, feeling a bit more spirited as well. There may be an increase in mental energy towards the mid-month and towards the end of the month. Also here with Discovery, the red, your sense of stability and security. This is the root chakra. So this is your hips to your feet. The hips to your feet rule not just your sense of stability and security, but also holds generational patterns. So beliefs, emotions, nervous system states from those who came before you. There's a sense of being guided and watched over, especially in regards to life lessons. And here with discovery, the lesson here is about finding security and stability inside of yourself. This is a time of blossoming and of expanding the heart, expanding your sense of self-love, discovering a new level of your ability to love, a new level of who you are. And also noting here with the full moon, keep an eye on the full moon cycles. I will say we have just gotten out of an eclipse season. It's been a wonderful wild ride of this new eclipse. It was the final eclipse from the past 3 years of the Libra Aries axis. We're now stepping on to the new frontier of the Virgo Pisces axis. Even though Virgo is not the same sign as you, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So the eclipse is going to be in mercurial energies, which you are ruled by. You may be very impacted by this cycle. So keep an eye out for new phases that are being introduced into your life and really allowing for a new stage of the upcoming 3 years of lessons, of practicality, of grounding your mind, of bringing so many of your fruitful ideas and mental energy and your own particular flavor of genius. This is about grounding it into reality in the upcoming 3 years. And here with primordial, going back to generational patterns and even potentially trauma. This is something ancient. This is something that goes beyond you. It was there before you. These are very ancient energies, patterns. Maybe you were breaking through or having a breakthrough moment in your particular family pattern, whether that is your attachment style, your way of relating, or even way of viewing your own self-worth. You could be increasing your self-worth or breaking free of patterns where you have always viewed yourself to be limited, to feel like you didn't have enough or weren't enough there in the root. Maybe this breakthrough is that you are enough, that you love who you are who you are becoming, and that you have ultimate power in deciding who you want to be. You don't have to act in the same ways as those who came before you. You have free will, you have autonomy, and you have choice. And there's a breakthrough moment in your mind that frees you from one of these past patterns. You know what it is. This is something huge in your life. All right, for Gemini, in the upcoming month ahead, Knight of Swords. You got a lot of swords energy, a lot of mental energy, air naturally. And blue, speaking your truth. Oh my gosh, a lot about self-expression. The blue, the throat chakra, speaking your truth, expressing yourself, and expanding the way that you express yourself. Here with the Empress energy, this is about growth. Keep hearing of fortitude. There's a sense of growing something that is strong, something that could last many, many years, and really expanding yourself. Knight of Swords is rapidly moving fast. It's also saying, though, make sure that if you are moving fast in a new breakthrough, a new realization for yourself, slow and steady does win the race. Don't be too reckless, or don't try and move too fast. Don't try and rush things. This new change is very exciting, and it's coming in hot, coming in quick, but you really want to make sure that things are grounded, that things are stable, and it's going to take a bit more grounding and discipline to have this new lifestyle change, this new habit, or this new realization or way of life to really take hold and to stay that way. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can rush so quick that he ends up kind of where he started. You want to find the median between the hare and the turtle, right? The Knight of Swords is the hare, moves so fast but can burn out quick and not be disciplined enough to see things through. But we do want to move quicker than the tortoise. So a lot of forward movement, a lot of thoughts, communication, air, mind moving a bit faster, getting out of that Mercury retrograde. You'll be feeling a lot better, a lot more clear-headed, but also, you know, hit the ground running. Allow for things to move quick, but really keep yourself grounded and stabilized, and don't rush if you don't need to. All right, Gemini, I feel like that was pretty much the message. Magic. Final message here, magic, tapping into your own manifestation ability. Gemini does rule the magician, so really tapping into all of the resources at hand, your creative potential of your mind, the power of your mind, to create, really stepping into your sense of willpower, your sense of even synchronicity, leaning into trust and creating something magical, large in your life, tapping into your own charisma, personal power, and creating something, right? Creating something out of nothing, or alchemy. True alchemy is about transforming one thing into another. It is often about transforming your pain into joy. This may be a particular process that you are going through in the upcoming month. I hope that could be of help for you, Gemini. If you'd like a personalized tarot reading or astrology reading, go ahead and check the link in my description box. It has a link to my email. Also, keep an eye out in the upcoming month for my 4-week yoga course based around relaxation, relieving stress, and increasing vitality. Also, if you'd like to check out my OnlyFans, I have a $6 subscription a month. I'm sharing exclusive videos, versions of my videos with or without music, ad-free videos. There's many wonderful ways of being able to connect over there, so go ahead and check it out. I'd love to chat with you. And going to be moving on to the next sign in just a moment, but going to chat for a second. So if you have any questions, oh, hi Pamela, glad you're able to catch the live. Oh, thank you so much, Kenna. Thank you so much, Kenna. Yeah, you can find me on OnlyFans as Alt ASMR. I need to put the link in the description box. I forgot to. Capricorn will be towards the end, Edgar, but I'm going to try and move a bit quicker. Oh, Sound Asleep ASMR, I'm so glad that you were able to join. I hope you were able to catch the Aries. It was the first one. I have not done Aquarius yet. Is Cancer next? Cancer is next. Tempestus Rose, do I have a P.O. box or plan? I did actually have a P.O. box for a while. I moved though, so I need to get a new one. I'm thinking about getting one, but I can't really say I get too many things in the mail, but I would consider definitely getting one. Tempestus Rose as well. Do I have pets? I don't have any pets. My wonderful, loving cat companion of over 15 years passed away in the past year or two, so I'm still kind of processing that, and I've been traveling so much and will continue to travel at least for the next year, potentially even internationally. I've been planning a lot of different things or trying to really save to go abroad. So even though I'd love to have another cat and miss having a pet so much, sometimes it's just not really convenient for, you know, my lifestyle. I hope the next cat that I have will be able to be their friend for many, many years. Is Cancer next? Cancer is next. 8-Bit Warrior, I'd love to get a personal tarot reading. Just have to figure out time zones. Well, just email me. If you want, just email me. It doesn't really matter about time zones. I can do one live with you, but also I can do it pre-recorded and send it to you. Pamela Lodge, Maddie, does ASMR heal skin scars? Well, ASMR is autonomous sensory meridian response. So it's not so much that it heals injuries, but it is a phenomenon, an energetic phenomenon, and one that is proven by science, the tingles that can pull your body out of fight or flight into rest and digest state, into your parasympathetic nervous system. Though ASMR has a very strong connection with Reiki, which is energy healing. If you want to know more about the proven scientific power of Reiki and of energy healing, check out any academic article on biofield therapies. Reiki is under the umbrella of biofield therapies when it comes to research, and there's actually so much about Reiki's straight benefit for those with cancer, healing from disease, healing from injury. It's actually very incredible. And Pamela, if you'd like an astrology reading, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description box. And I'd love to do one for you. Hi, Uger. I hope that I said your name right. Just gonna get a little snack and then go on to Cancer. For Cancer. Someone mentioned I looked like a soccer mom with this top. I can see it. I can kind of see it. It definitely is giving like church vibes right now, but it just seemed comfy, you know, get a little top over it. Thank you, Kenna. Thank you, Finlay. I'm glad that you were able to join in. Glad you connect in with the vibe. I'm glad that the vibe shows through in some way, shape, or form through the camera. Still trying to find ways of really being able to share myself, express myself in ways that feel authentic and true to me through the internet, right? Thank you, Tempestus Rose. All right, for Cancer. I'll do this one more time. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Cancer. For Cancer. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Cancer. For Cancer. Take care of the head. You need to hear it for higher self's highest good. Wow, loving that. So bottom of the deck, we have 8 of Pentacles, impartiality, and manifestation. Whoa. Here we have 8 of Pentacles, big focus on work, money, finances, stability, and security here in the material realm. 8 of Pentacles is straight up work. Whether that is just going to work, focusing on your work, focusing on creating a business for yourself. 8 of Pentacles, you are putting in so much effort and strength and time into expanding your money, your career. And things are growing. This is a wonderful sign of growth, of increase in money, but it is also about keeping up the good work, keeping up the effort, and knowing that you have to put in energy in order for things to really get to that point that you want them to be at. This is not at the 10 of Pentacles where the fruit tree now has the fruit that you can pick and eat off of and feed your family with. This is still a time of tending to your crop. This is still the farmer midsummer tending to his garden and knowing that it is still either a few months off or a little bit of time and effort before what he's truly working towards is manifested. And we have the manifestation card. You are creating what it is that you want for yourself, but it's taking a bit of effort, and that is okay. I think you accepting that and you not trying to fight the tide with that is really going to benefit you. Also, this is saying keep your eye on the prize. Really be focused in on what you want to create for yourself, what you want to manifest for yourself. And say with the 8 of Pentacles, you're working towards a particular goal or dream. Be very clear that this is what you actually want. Be considerate that what it would actually be like in real life to have this dream come to fruition. Think very clear and hard about it because you are creating it for yourself. And if you have this dream or this idea that you want, but you haven't really thought through what that's going to mean for you, whether that is the responsibility that comes for either owning this business or having this dream or living this out, be real with yourself about that, because once it comes, and it will come with Eight of Pentacles and manifestation, this goal, this dream, what you're working towards is going to come. Make sure that it is truly what you want. So be very considerate where you put your energy and your time here with the Eight of Pentacles. Also with impartiality, this is a sense of karma, karmic rebalancing, learning lessons, going back to the idea of being very clear of what it is that you want. There could be a lesson involved in work, in finances, and security. Also with karma, this is being able to see another side of a situation. So you're kind of being cooked right now. Consider being cooked in the oven. There's certain lessons, certain situations, whether about your own personal manifestation power, embracing your free will, putting the work in, creating what it is that you want for yourself. You're finalizing a particular lesson in the past to where either you did not understand why someone acted the way that they acted or why something happened the way that it did. And now you're beginning to have a much better understanding, right, of the other side of the situation, especially if it's connected to the past. With the crown, the gray is the crown. This is your belief systems about yourself, about the world around you, about what is possible. You may be really opening up your mind to a past situation or seeing your current self in a totally different way. Really learning a particular lesson, a very karmic lesson that really is expanding the way that you view your career, how you make money, how you move forward. This could be very connected with Venus in retrograde, especially with the Eight of Pentacles, focusing on work. Venus does rule finances and can rule work, relationships, and situations. So there may have been a bit of karma on belief systems that are evolving for you around work, around financial potential, around work relationships, and manifestation. For Cancer, with wisdom, green, heart healing, gaining in wisdom, growing in truth, growing in knowledge. I love that we have Empress, and she is full and ripe of opportunities, going back to Venus. So this, you may be very impacted by the Venus retrograde now, moving forward at the end of the month. So go forward, moving mid-month, and out of shadow phase at the end of the month. With wisdom, this is seeking higher counsel, being able to integrate a higher knowledge. There's a sense of you growing from a past version of you, real sense of growing up, growing in the heart, healing in the heart, expanding in the heart, and being able to integrate past lessons into wisdom. Okay, one more from this deck, and then I feel that that's really the message. Ooh, fire, new beginning, new potential. This is very much like an ace, new opportunity, where you can put your effort and time and energy into something very exciting and new. Also, though, watch out for either fiery temper or either feeling triggered, irritable, or at the bay of your emotions. So keeping an eye on your emotions, making sure that they don't get in the way of what it is that you're wanting to create for yourself. I'm going to do one more actually from this deck, and then I feel like that's it. Oh, Queen of Wands, going back to the Wands. Same energy here. Queen of Wands about feeling good in the self. Maybe you're increasing your libido, increasing your sense of feeling good and sexy in the self, your charisma, getting more in tune with that fiery, fun, passionate side of you. Maybe an increase in energy, an increase in feeling good, desiring to increase your confidence, feeling good in the self, feeling good in your skin. Really bring the focus back on you too. So not really focusing on how others are perceiving you. This is just simply about feeling good in the self, feeling confident in the self, and maybe feeling confident again in work. So I hope that could be of help for you, Cancer, in the upcoming month ahead, feeling confident, putting your passion towards work, towards creating and manifestation. If If you'd like a personalized tarot reading or a personalized astrology reading, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description box. Also, go ahead and check out my OnlyFans. You can find me on there as Alt ASMR. My OnlyFans is for everyone, where I'm sharing exclusive videos on versions of my videos with and without music. Also, keep an eye out for a 4-week yoga course on stress reduction, increasing vitality and relaxation that I'll be releasing in the upcoming month. I hope that you have a wonderful April. Before I move to the next sign, I'm just going to hang out, answer a few questions. Hi XNX, I'm doing good. So excited to be able to do this live, to plan it. It's been a bit since I've been able to do this, so just kind of going with the flow, waking up after a sleepy winter. So excited for spring and summer. Oh my gosh. Tempestus Rose, what sign am I? I am a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio, Libra rising, Taurus moon. So my chart is ruled by Venus, and I have a lot of Venus energy, both aspects of Venus, but I'm a Scorpio stellium. So I have 4 signs in Scorpio. That includes my sun sign, so very Scorpionic, especially who I am in my more personal life. It is so Scorpio. Oh yes, oh, thank you so much, Kenna. How am I liking my new place? I moved a few times. Am I settling in good? Yeah, it's been complicated, right? I've actually continued to still kind of move and try and find my right situation, especially just recently moved to a huge city. I'm getting situated here, having a studio space, and also just trying to find, different spots to where a living situation matches, both having the studio and then having a nice living space. I'm kind of excited to be able to bring all of my things and all of my focus into one really good spot that has really good sound quality. But to be honest, I am planning on traveling, so a lot of my videos maybe in the future will be in different spots. Really hoping that the quality of the video and the sound will be good in these different areas. Really wanting to get a bit more used to my setup and having my setup in a lot of different places so that I'm able to travel and to do my videos everywhere. Edgar, Sun, Capricorn, Moon in Pisces, rising in Taurus. Aw, I love those planets. You have a lot of fire, a lot of earth and water. It's very grounding, very nurturing energies. I love all those energies, Capricorn, Pisces, Taurus. Very grounding, led by Venus, emotionally sensitive, but also driven. Maybe funny, fun, dynamic with that Capricorn sun. Ooh, Cancer stellium. Aw, another water stellium. Love Cancer energy. Shadow Wolf. You're a Scorpio. The name suits it. Shadow Wolf. Sometimes your headphones will have a volume knob on the cord. Oh, thank you, Kenna. Yeah, hopefully, I'm going to find a really good spot for myself in the next few months. There's only a few months left of my current situation, so we'll see, but I'm actually really excited to continue to switch it up. Whoa, Sagittarius and Venus, very hot and fiery, a lot of movement, a lot of experimentation. Oh, wow, you're super Cancer. Sun and Moon and Venus and Mercury, those are big planets to have all in one. You're like a pure Cancer, 8-bit warrior. Okay, going to move on to the next sign. It will be Leo. All right. Oh, my mug, did I make it? No, but my grandma gave it to me. I think she thrifted it, so it's my favorite mug. All right, for Leo, welcome Leo to your tarot predictions for the month ahead, April 2025. For Leo, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Leo. Whatever Leo needs to hear for your higher self's highest good, please let me help them through this reading and through these cards for Leo. For Leo, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Leo. Whatever they need to hear for their higher self's highest good, please let me help them through this reading and through these cards. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have Page of Pentacles, Despondence, and the Hidden. I'm going to begin here with Page of Pentacles and Despondence. Right now you are in a learning curve. Love the Pentacles. Big focus of Pentacles on almost every sign that is gone so far. This is about your money, resources, security, and stability. You may also be in a learning curve, whether that is going to school, being studious, or in general having a learning curve, a new leveling up in your career, your finances. You are really being pushed outside of the box in order to grow. So here with Despondence, we have Empress energy. Love that. She's actually come out quite a lot too. Big focus on Venus, so you may be impacted by the Venus retrograde happening that is going forward moving at the mid-April, and then out of the shadow period, true forward movement at the end of the month. But here with Despondence, she had all of this potential to grow, but only until she dealt with a crisis outside of herself did she really rise up to her potential and grow the way she was always intended to grow. And here with Page of Pentacles, he is in a learning curve. He's at a new beginning of his journey. So this could be either a new job, a new leveling up in work, a new leveling up in a relationship, in your home and family. Something in the physical realm is changing for you, and it's requiring quite a learning curve. Do know that with the Page of Pentacles, it's just going to take a bit of extra effort in the beginning before you get to a spot where it feels smooth and where you kind of know what it is that you're doing. So if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by the beginning stages of a project, of a relationship, of a phase of life, or a new career, or just in general needing to put in a lot of effort and time to research, to learn, to get used to a new way of being, or to get used to a particular track of study that you're on, it's going to be a lot smoother later, but just put in a bit more effort right at the beginning. Also with Purple, the third eye, this is releasing illusions about yourself, other people, the world around you. This is radically trusting yourself and trusting in your intuition. Really encouraging you to get outside of your comfort zone in order to expand in the way that is right for you. You're really intended to break into a new either industry, a new way of being, new understanding of yourself, a new level of your life, but Give that breakthrough time a chance. It's not going to stay this way forever. It's kind of like going through a transition that is going to require a little bit extra for you. You're going to make it through to the other side. Just continue to put in that effort and to continue to really trust yourself. Maybe some hidden aspects of a life and also of this situation. When I saw it, I did see a string of pearls, so this may be a very profitable, very wonderful, good situation for you, but it's currently you're not seeing the full scope of how good things could be, or the full potential of what the value of what you're doing is. Trust that what you're doing is going to have incredible value. It already has value, but it is going to grow into something that is beyond what you could comprehend. You're not really intended to know everything right now, just that it is time to learn, time to open your mind, and time to embrace a new level and phase for yourself. For Leo, spiritual truth, seeking spiritual truth, studying as well. This is looking for truth in either books, researching, reading, obtaining new information, obtaining new knowledge. Right now really is a time of study. If you're not actually like going to school and studying or leveling up something that you need to understand or know about, research. This is about researching the self, or looking inward, looking for truth, increasing your sense of truth, and putting yourself to a moment of contemplation, of higher understanding, and really looking outside of yourself for help. The answer that you're seeking is there, but it's going to require you to really search and actually put effort into the search. Gnosis is a very spiritual card, and this is about having heightened spiritual connection and understanding. Trusting in life, trusting in spirituality, maybe even researching spirituality or spiritual pursuits. Okay, one more for Leo. Ooh, abundance. Wow, this came out for Taurus. So you may be connected with the Taurus. You may have Taurus in your chart. Either way, this could be collective energies, especially in connection with the Venus retrograde. Taurus ruling Venus, and Venus going forward, moving in this upcoming month. So big focus on your money, career, finances, security, and stability. Really leveling up in your career, leveling up in your finances, leveling up in the physical realm. Also making good with what you have. So you have the ability to transform any situation to be of your benefit. It is really how you deal with it and how you take action that matters. And really what is required of you is to simply take action. So discipline may be needed. You don't really have to be in the right mental space. You simply have to just sit down and do it, and it will get you there. And just one more from this deck, and that will be it for Leo for the upcoming month. Oh, 10 of Cups. I love this. So wonderful. This is emotional fulfillment, happiness, the culmination of an emotional cycle that is very wonderful, very loving, and in community with others. So the Nine of Cups is about sharing, I don't want to say sharing, it is about connecting in with your emotional fulfillment, your sense of happiness and feeling full irregardless of anyone. The 10 of Cups is about sharing your emotional fulfillment and connection with other people, with community, with the world around you. Traditional Rider-Waite, there's a happy couple on the front of the card. So this may be an opportunity to level up in commitment, to get into a relationship, to expand an already very loving relationship. If this isn't about romance, this is also about like family, friends, a sense of really feeling emotionally connected to the people that you're around. With the Abundance card, it could even be about work, really connecting in with work relationships, feeling a sense of belonging, feeling a sense of emotional fulfillment and love. So it may be a time to really rejoice in regards to connections around work, leveling up in the romantic arenas. But really it seems like it's a big focus on pentacles, abundance, work, and money, and feeling fulfilled in community. All right, Leo, I hope that could be of help for you in the upcoming month ahead. If you'd like a personalized tarot reading or astrology reading, go ahead and email me. My link is in the description box. If you'd like to check out my OnlyFans, I just began it. It is for everyone. I'll be sharing exclusive videos, also versions of my videos with and without music. If you'd like to check that out for only $6 a month, it's been so much fun to connect with people over there. I'm excited to share more things in that community, and also keep an eye out, especially towards the end of the month, for my 4-week yoga class. It'll be a virtual yoga class where I'll be sharing energy practices, yoga asanas, so different stretching routines, cathartic practices, different resources. So if you're interested in things like that, keep an eye out for the yoga. And I'll be moving to the next sign in a few minutes, just going to answer a few questions, maybe eat a little snack. The next sign is going to be Virgo. Hi, Gerard. So glad you're able to make it to join in on the live chat. If anybody has any questions, I'd love to answer any questions before I move on to the next sign. And thank you, Kenna. All right. Moving on to Virgo. For Virgo, please to be given intuitive and guided message for Virgo in the upcoming month ahead, April 2025. For Virgo, please to be given intuitive and guided message for Virgo. For Virgo. Please to be given intuitive and guided message for Virgo. All right, bottom of the deck, we have Renewal, 5 of Wands, and Psyche. Love that. So I'll begin here with Renewal, the red. This is your root, your hips to your feet, your sense of security and stability. Renewal is a time of blossoming. So I'll tell a little story real quick. She was a houseplant, and she was thrown away and brought to a landfill. And right when it felt like things couldn't get any worse, you know, she was disrupted from the life that she once lived, feeling dejected, you know, feeling like everything's going wrong. Then someone knocks over her pot and she tips over. But in reality, the pot breaking and her being brought to this landfill led her to being able to stretch her roots farther than she could have ever anticipated. And then in this place, in this landfill, which at first seemed like a bad situation, a challenge that was handed to her, actually led her to her fullest sense of abundance and growth. And it was here that she finally blossomed. So this is saying you may have dealt with a challenging situation here, 5 of Wands, a sense of competition, maybe disagreement, fighting, or a temporary moment of challenge. But in reality, this challenge, if it was in the past, has pushed you, and if it is current, is pushing you to your deepest sense of renewal, your deepest sense to blossoming. really connecting in with the inner self, shining your light, connecting in with your healing personality, your healing ability, really feeling good in the self, feeling a strong sense of vitality. So renewal is such a beautiful card of rebirth, of personal renewal, tapping into your power and strength, feeling secure and solid inside of the self. But this may come from a moment of challenge or things disrupting the way it once was. Maybe a way that you were living your previous life or a particular situation was only holding you back. And life has kind of come in to switch things up and allow you to be in a place of true growth, of true expansion. So with Five of Wands, of course, that can be either actual argument, fight, challenge, kind of going through a time of disruption, though the Five of Wands is the least serious out of all of the fives, right? This is just a fight with sticks. So even though there may be even like a sense of healthy competition, healthy challenge, this isn't debilitating. This isn't, you know, a life-ending challenge. This is something small that, if handled right, could actually really push you and motivate you to living authentically and living true to yourself and changing the things that really need to be changed. With Psyche, I love that full moon coming out. We are moving out of the eclipse season, and we are starting a whole new season, solar eclipse season. And actually, it is going to be in the Virgo Pisces axis. So starting really now and for the next 3 years is going to be a huge focus on your sense of self, your identity, how you show up, who you know yourself to be. So really keep an eye out on your own personal evolution in the upcoming 3 years. It's a big focus on you. And also with Psyche, this is saying watch out for your dreams. Keep an eye on the messages that come in your dreams, whether they reflect your own beliefs, your own psychic material, your unconscious and your subconscious, or it could also reflect higher messages. Just really, if you don't do dream journaling, or if you tend to forget your dreams, maybe write it down really quick once you wake up. You may benefit from analyzing your dreams, also tapping into your spirituality. This has very much a kind of like Pisces energy, psyche, the unconscious, and a collective soup of symbol, imagery, archetype, and understanding. You may really benefit from spiritual exploration, working with dreams, working with archetypes, in order to understand yourself in the upcoming few years. Get one more for Virgo in the upcoming month. Oh, Three of Pentacles been reversed. So they focus on money, career, finances, working with others, working as a team. This is changing the way that you work with others, and also with that Five of Wands, you may be dealing with either conflict in the workplace, conflict with coworkers, or a simple challenge in communication and cooperation between you and others that you're trying to build something with in the physical realm. Whether that is career or simply family, home, something in this physical realm that you are working towards. Though don't fret. Reversal, it doesn't mean the opposite meaning of the card, just means there may be a challenge to the upright energy, which is talent, cooperation, growth, working on projects, growing a business. As 3 is about expansion, so a wonderful time of expansion, but there may be a pause in expansion due to a lack of cooperation, due to a lack of feeling like you and the other people, or you and the other person, are working as a team. So really embodying kind of teammate energy, being on the same page, making sure that petty squabbles are not getting in the way of really growing what it is that you want to grow between you and other people, right? Three of Pentacles is about community and working in community with others. So that may also be a big focus for you in the upcoming 3 years. I'm going to pull one more from this deck, and that should be it for Virgo, the upcoming month ahead. Oh, expansion. I just mentioned about the 3 is a time of expansiveness. The 3 also representing the Empress energy in traditional tarot. Empress coming out. And here with the blue, this is your throat, your self-expression, sense of truth, speaking your truth, knowing your truth, expressing yourself in very creative ways. This is a new opportunity to level up who you are out in the workplace, who you are out in the world, and also increasing creativity. How you express yourself creatively may have a very strong impact on who you are in the workplace, your financial abundance, your physical realm is really going to be impacted by how you speak your truth, how you express your truth, and what you know it to be. So you may also be evolving, I would say, with Virgo, the eclipse season in the next 3 years, evolving your sense of truth, your identity, who you are, and what you know your truth to be. So this is about stepping into a new phase that allows you to see yourself in a whole new way and allows you to kind of shed an old skin and to evolve into you 2.0 or 20.0. You know, you should evolve constantly. Really, every day is an opportunity to become a new individual, to be better and more aligned with ourselves than we were yesterday. But this is saying really leaning into your sense of expansion right now is a very expansive, forward-moving time for you. So it's very wonderful. And I hope that that could be of help for you. Of course, if you want a personalized tarot reading or astrology reading, go ahead and email me. The link is in the description box. If you want to check out my OnlyFans, it is for everyone. I have exclusive videos, versions of my videos with and without music, as well as other things. I'd love to connect with you there. And keep an eye out in the upcoming month for my 4-week yoga class. It's going to be a private yoga course where I teach energy practices. We go through different points of stretching, sharing little things about cathartic release, even acupressure points. So I'm very excited, and I've been developing it, and I hope you enjoy. And for now, I'm gonna do a bit of chatting, maybe have a snack. We'll move on to the next zodiac sign. Tempestus Rose, how do I pick a deck of cards? Do you have to connect with them to work better for you? So actually, all of my cards that I have been gifted to me. And I do know that there is kind of a superstition where gifted cards are really the cards that you should have. But I also believe that if you feel connected with a deck, you should buy it yourself. You can't just wait for someone to gift something to you. But I did not choose any of my decks. The decks kind of chose me through the people who were around me and who gifted them to me. So that's how I went about my decks. I do have a few other decks that have come to me through different ways, but I don't use as regularly. These 3 decks really seem to like work in unison. It even has like the dark light and rain and all colors, and they were all different, gifted from, you know, 3 different people. So it's kind of cool how it developed that way. If you feel connected with the deck, then by all means go towards that deck. But also you can keep your mind open to bigger possibilities. If a deck comes to you, see if it feels right. Really, it's about how you feel about the deck. Each deck has kind of a different personality, a different feel, a different way of giving messages. I think what is most important is that you work with one that really speaks to you and that you understand the messages, the imagery really connects in with your understanding. And how you can know is if you look at the artwork on it and you're able to see 1,000 messages in one card. Sometimes if we don't get such clear messages from the deck, then it can be hard to read for a lot of different situations and people where, yes, you know, in tarot, we read to what the meaning of each card is, and tarot's so strict, right? Even if the artwork changes, the meaning of the tarot card is very, very firm, very ancient, very attached to numerology, astrology, archetype, even like spiritual paths, history. It's very confined, like it's very rigid, and it doesn't often change. But oracle cards can be so flexible and can mean anything, can have anything. So there's a lot of flexibility. And actually, Kenna, I did not start with Aquarius. I started with Aries. So Aquarius will be towards the end. Pisces will be last. Yeah, tarot cards can literally be or oracle cards can be anything. There's really no limit. It could just be a card with one color, and you can play off of what that one color means, either in the description pamphlet that comes with the tarot or just intuitively what you see. But actual traditional tarot is very, very rigid, and its meanings, you can flex the meanings, and oftentimes, you know, I'll get messages that aren't exactly aligned with the true meaning of that card, but how that card shows up in conjunction with other cards, it gives me something else. But that's kind of the artistry of doing tarot readings, whereas the meaning of the tarot card is very, you know, this is one, the ace, so one, pentacle, earth. It's one of the four elements, numerically one. So earth, one, new beginning. There's a lot of different, it's like a part of a system. Oh, Natty K, I'm so glad that the Virgo reading resonated with you. Oh, congratulations. That is a big career change. I hope that you have a great time after graduation. Elementary teaching, is that teaching elementary school? Or even like middle school or high school? It's very exciting. And congratulations. All right, so we just did Virgo, now moving to Libra. For Libra, in the upcoming month ahead, April 2025 for Libra, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Libra. For Libra, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Libra. The upcoming month ahead for Libra. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Libra. Very nice. Wow, we have some repeating cards. Out of the deck, Impatience, Page of Wands, and Sincerity. I love this because Page of Wands and Sincerity actually came out with another sign. Wondering, I think it was Aries. I'll start here with Impatience, the blue, the throat, speaking your truth, expressing yourself. Also with Impatience, this is about being spiritually guided, being watched over. And focusing here on the full moon, noticing full moon cycles, maybe even the eclipse cycle could have had a big impact on you. Actually, the last one was, it was the last solar eclipse cycle, or lunar and solar eclipse cycle in your sign, so the Aries Libra axis. It was in Aries, but it's in the sign of your axis. So really ending a huge 3-year cycle of your sign, your sense of self, your identity. Maybe there's some impatience for growth, for evolution, for starting this new cycle. This is also saying here with Impatience to keep working towards a dream, keep putting in effort and energy and time, but also recognizing that what you're building is still fresh and new. Don't get so caught up in trying to rush the growth of your dream, the growth of what you're working towards and what you're wanting for yourself. So he is so impatient for the full moon to rise that he spends all of his energy and time building a moon, a fake moon, to then climb up a tree and then hang in the sky. And by the time he puts in all this effort and work to create this fake moon, to deal with his impatience for the natural growth of it, his fake moon is now blocking the real moon that is in the sky. This is saying, don't rush things, don't try and I'm gonna say like artificially change or don't try and control things too much. This is requiring a bit of patience, time, and effort from you. And if you allow things to just kind of happen and grow through nature, through the natural sequence of events, it's really going to benefit you. Kind of sit back and allow life to unravel, allow life to unfold, going with the flow. Also with Page of Wands, this is a very new beginning of something. You could be expressing yourself passionately. This could even be messaging, right? Pages are the messengers. And Page of Wands is very passionate, steamy, exciting. There could be something new and exciting on the horizon for you, but it's still in the new stages. So it's going to require dedication, consistency, and really time to pass in order for you to see if it's going to be long-lasting, if this is something true for what you really want, or really to get a full idea of the situation. It's going to require a bit of evolution and time and growth. So don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Don't try and rush a relationship, a situation, or a phase of your life. Continue putting in effort, expanding, communicating yourself, being excited. That's great, but a bit of maturity needs to happen in order to know if this little match can turn into a fire that can stay and warm you all night. There's a big difference between the two. One little can block or destroy the spark of the match, but having something that is consistent, that is fueled by time, that really has a solid, grounded nature. You want fire energy to be grounded. Fire is so powerful, but it's here now and it's gone in an instant. If you can ground fire, if you can make it last, if you can make it sustainable, then that's when it's at its benefit. And I think that that's what you're waiting for. But it's going to take some time to really see if this current situation is what you are actually wanting. So here with sincerity, acting from a place of sincerity, increasing your sense of authenticity, communicating yourself from a place of authenticity. If you are confused as to how to approach a person, how to approach a situation, if you're feeling nervous, this is saying just be yourself. You can't force a situation. You can't, try and pull strings to, if I act in this way, then will this happen for me? No, you just be yourself. You do what you feel is true for you, is right for you, and that is going to get you to where you want to be at. If you ever feel confused about what to do, how to act, what is the right way to be, you refocus yourself on what you feel is true for you, what you feel inside of yourself, is right. Listening to yourself and acting from that place of authenticity is going to be your best bet, the best thing that you can trust right now, especially if you're feeling like you're dealing with the unknown or an unsure or unstable situation. If you're getting to know someone new, it does not benefit you to try and pretend to be someone that you're not. Really express who you are, and it's just going to make it so much easier. You don't want to wake up months later and you can no longer hide who you are, or even realize maybe the person that you're with, that you change yourself to be compatible with, is not even who you want to be with. Really be honest with yourself, show up honestly, show up with truth and integrity, and that's really the best that you can do. Get one more for Libra. Oh, dissipating, taking action, the solar plexus, asserting the self. This is saying going after a dream. So this woman and this bird, they dream and dream for years. They want to build a film together. They've written out the script. They say, if only we had the money, then we could live out our dream. Well, one day she ends up winning the lottery. And rather than putting the money and the effort and the time that it takes to live out the dream, they still decide to sit back and just dream of the dream. So this is saying you're able to accomplish something that you want right now, but it's going to require effort and action. So be real with yourself. Do you really want that? Do you really want the dream, or do you just want something to dream of? You have the ability to ground this dream into reality, but do you want that dream once it is there in reality? Be real with yourself about that. And thresholds. Breakthrough moment will happen. Things are growing. It may feel slow, but the dam fills inch by inch. And the next thing you know, it only takes a millisecond for the dam to break and the water to flow. So this is about waiting for that threshold moment, that breakthrough moment. And one day you're going to look around and realize how everything has changed. Everything has grown so much, and it'll be in the blink of an eye. But in the meantime, you're going to keep putting effort in. It's going to keep feeling like nothing is really growing. It's growing. It takes forever to watch a pot of water boil. If you walk away and then come back, you see the growth much more than you would if you had stayed watching over the pot like this guy in Impatience. And I hope that could be of help for you in the upcoming month ahead. If you'd like a personalized tarot or astrology reading, go ahead and email me. It is in the description box. Also, go ahead and check my OnlyFans that I just began. It is for everyone. I'm sharing exclusive content, versions of my videos with and without music that are ad-free, also many other things. Keep an eye out as well for my new 4-week yoga course. It's intended to help release stress, increase vitality, rejuvenate the soul, the mind, body, and soul. It'll be probably towards the end of the month that I will be releasing the first one. And I'll be chatting for a moment, maybe having a snack before moving to the next sign. Oh, 1-1, renewal looks like you. I've actually been told that. I know, it's just the blonde hair. Thank you, Kenna. MVP Kenna. Hi, Ron. A brilliant reading. Appreciate the perspective and clarity. I find that trying to rush things is taking a toll at times. Absolutely. I'm so glad that, it resonated with you in some way, whether you have Libra placements or not. If a message sticks, and it is true. Patience can be really hard to have. I don't find myself to be the most patient individual, though, sometimes you don't really have a choice. I think that's the main lesson of patience. It's why fight the impossible? If it is a time of pause, and it is a time of pause, or redirection if something is not working out for you or really not wanting to work, even if you try. And maybe it's just not the right direction for you or not really intended for you. You move in the direction where, things really feel right and things move forward and life opens up. If you spend your whole life trying to, open a locked door, you're going to miss out on all of the other doors that are waiting for you to come in. So, patience is key, but also knowing, when to walk away, when to give the other things a chance is really important. Oh, thank you, Dawn, Mickey. I am so glad that it resonated with you. Thanks, Shadow Wolf. I hope you enjoy the next one. It is Scorpio. So. All right. Move on to Scorpio. Welcome, Scorpio, to your April 2025 tarot predictions. Please help me give an intuitive and guided message for Scorpio. Whatever Scorpio needs to hear for their higher self's highest good, please may help them through this reading and through these cards for Scorpio. for Scorpio. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Scorpio. What they need to hear for their higher self's highest good. Please let me help them through this reading and through these cards for Scorpio. For Scorpio. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Scorpio. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Cups, Discovery, and Primordial. I love that. So we're going to begin here with the 10 of Cups. Wow. This could be new opportunities in love and connection, a leveling up in current relationships, or the start of a new one. Here with 10 of Cups, Cups is about emotions, happiness, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, love, compassion, and consideration. The 9 of Cups is about fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, inside of yourself, irregardless of other people or the world around you. But then the 10 of Cups is about happiness and emotional fulfillment in community with others or in relation with others. Traditional Rider-Waite, there is a happy couple in the front of the card with a rainbow. So this is feeling true love, true tenderness and connection, really appreciating community, living from a place of gratitude, really leveling up in commitment, expanding your family, or a sense of just expanding your relationships. Here with Discovery, the red, your sense of security and stability. This is a time of blossoming, a time where you're also being divinely guided and watched over. Here with the full moon coming out, do keep note of the moon cycles as well as the eclipse seasons. We have just ended one eclipse season. We are now stepping into a whole new season for ourselves that will continue on for the upcoming 3 years. This is also about doing emotional healing. The red, the hips to your feet, your root chakra, this is in your unconscious. So if you could consider everything below the heart, of really ruling the unconscious, being in the body, being beyond the mind, and then what is above the heart can be processed and integrate through awareness, through consciousness, through communication, through mental understanding. But here in the root, things are healed through the body, through purging emotions, feeling emotions. And with Primordial, there may be a strong connection to not just like past life situations, but also generational trauma, generational patterns, healing generational trauma and patterns, are really noticing these relational patterns or attachment patterns, especially in the 10 of Cups, that are beyond you, right? Primordial is beyond the self. So this is something that could be very ancient, something that is inherited, and especially with the root, the hips to the feet, this has strong ties to generational patterns. And also even the ages 0 through 8 could be a wonderful time to look at, where beliefs about the self, about your sense of security and stability, or even your own inner child needs at that age could be of big focus in regards to your relationships. But right now, it seems to be in a very healthy way, right? Even though you are healing beyond generational trauma, generational patterns, expanding your sense of self-love, discovering who you are, discovering different aspects of your heart, different aspects of who you are in connection with others, true blossoming. You may have really been having to heal from a point of something that disrupted your sense of security or stability, and really having to reestablish your sense of identity of who you are in love, who you are in connection and in community with others. For Scorpio, the upcoming month ahead. Ooh, the Fool but in reverse. So you are in a new beginning. This could be a new path for you. Could be a new relationship, a new leveling up in life, a new phase in life. You could be moving or being in a new place, starting a new job, starting a new initiative. But also with the Fool in reverse, this is saying really watch where you step. You could be starting something new for yourself, but it's going to take maturity in order for it to be truly sustained. One of the challenges of the Fool in reverse is that his immaturity can get in the way of him truly moving forward successfully. We want to keep this in the upright. Here with the Fool, the beginning, you know, it's new. He's fresh, he's new, he's exploring himself, he's going off on a new adventure, being guided by his nature, his inner nature, his primal nature, but with the Fool in reverse. Do not be reckless, really think things through. It's very important to not be guided just by your instincts, but also by wisdom and higher understanding, and knowing that if this is a new cycle for yourself or a new situation for yourself, you need to know a bit more about the situation in order to move forward in a good way. Don't rush in. Don't try and move too forward too quick. The Fool in reverse provides some advice to be careful and to be considerate. Also, in the Fool reverse, this could be kind of non-committal energy, not really desire to commit, not really desire to be mature or serious. If it has to do with love. Also with the Fool in reverse, this is maybe in order to expand yourself, expand your community, expand in communion with others, you're really going to have to face ways that you are not emotionally mature, either you not being emotionally mature or those that you are dealing with. There's a sense of a need to grow, a need to expand, and maybe even growing out of generational patterns here with Discovery and Primordial. Okay, one more from this deck for Scorpio in the upcoming month ahead. Ooh, creation. I love this. Empress energy coming out a lot, actually for almost every sign. So right now, big focus on Venus. You may be very impacted by the Venus retrograde cycle. It's going forward, moving mid-month, but it'll take towards the end of the month to get out of the shadow period. But here with creation, this is tapping into your creative power, your creative ability, creating something new for yourself, doing something new, maybe experimenting with the arts, working on a passion project. Also with the crown, this is your belief systems, your beliefs about yourself, the world around you, what is possible. Maybe you're opening your mind to new potential of things that you could create for yourself, things that you could do. This is increasing and expanding your creativity and noticing your raw power to create something, to create your situation, to create the relationships of your dreams, to create the job of your dreams or the project of your dreams. All of those are available to you. You have all the resources you need in order to create. But this is about you getting real on what it is that you want to create. If you act from a place of pain, then you may create simply more pain. So be very, very considerate about the seeds that you plant, and the ways that you use your willpower, your creative power and ability. It really could have an impact on what you create. So be mindful of that. And last card for Scorpio in the upcoming month ahead. I love this card, Deuce of Mecca. I don't know that I'm saying that right. I've only read it, not heard it said out loud, but I do really love this card. This is about divine intervention. So if you consider life a divine play, or if you consider, you know, a screenplay or a book, and this is the point in the book where it's like everything is going wrong. It's absolute chaos. There's no true clarity or solution in sight, and really not really understanding how a solution could be found towards the end of this plot line. All of a sudden, the author comes in with this one little puzzle piece and places it there, and finally the entire scene makes sense. Very much like God, you know, God is the book writer, so to speak, comes in and places this one element, this one piece of information, detail, person, situation, or newfound insight, and it finally makes everything make sense. What was once so confusing and saw no solution, all of a sudden, this one thing is going to happen, this one thing is going to change or come about that is really going to allow you to make sense of what had happened in the past, or even in the present, the confusion of the present. So you are being divinely guided, and watch out for divine intervention, or maybe a situation that is really is kind of orchestrated by something beyond you in order to learn a lesson or to veer you in the right direction. And I hope that this could be of help for you, Scorpio. If you'd like a personalized tarot reading or personalized astrology reading, go ahead and check out my description box. I have my email link there. Also, check out my OnlyFans. My OnlyFans is for everyone. I'm sharing exclusive content, videos with and without music that are ad-free. You know, if it plays without music on the channel, I'll be having a version with music on my OnlyFans. Also, other ways to connect. Also check out and keep an eye out in the upcoming month for my 4-week yoga course. It's an online yoga class that'll be this one. I'll actually be creating a few, but this first one is about stress relief, rejuvenation, increasing vitality. I hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to be hanging out and having a snack before the next sign, which is Sagittarius. So stay tuned with that. Shadow Wolf, hopefully I find love in my new being path is a good thing. You absolutely will. You absolutely will. But maybe it is about being patient. You know, there are seasons of love and seasons of focusing on the self. Kind of being okay with that, getting clear on who you want, what you really want. Oh, the birdie source. Yeah, I did Aries first. Hi, Simon Jerry. 8-bit warrior. How did I become a tarot reader? Reiki person. So I'm going to start with the Reiki. I was actually taught Reiki since I was a kid by my grandma. She would do like energy washes on me, massages, even when I was a kid. And she moved everywhere with us. So I actually like lived in the same like house as her for many years of my life. And she really opened my mind up to energy healing, experiencing it, doing work on myself, and then work on others. And then of course I actually got trained. Not only did I did an online course at first, but then I went to an actual school, like in-person school, to get trained to be a master. So I am a Reiki master, and I could actually start a school if I wanted to. Definitely thinking of doing that at some point in my life, but right now I'm doing my own practice, which is Reiki. You know, Reiki is life force energy healing, but my process is very much like an art form. So even though I utilize traditional Reiki principles, Reiki healing principles, even hand positioning when I'm working hands-on with someone, I really do my own thing. And I think each healer should have their own style. Each person has their own way of connecting in, and I very much have my own way of doing shamanic energy healing. As far as tarot, I've always loved art. I've always loved mythology, symbolism, all of that. I was like obsessed with it when I was a kid. Astrology, and all of that is tied into the imagery and archetypes of the tarot. And I started reading tarot for myself every day for years. Until then, I started reading for others. And eventually, I ended up doing tarot at events and getting paid for it, you know, having it become a professional thing. And then I became a resident reader for 2 nightclubs for years. So really got my reading with a lot of strangers with that. And now just kind of reading online as I find different events, but mainly reading online as a tarot reader right now. Yeah, Kenna, that would be so much fun. Like a mystery school. I know there's already 1,000 of them, but you know, if someone appreciates the way that I explain things or my particular approach, especially the merging of creativity and spirituality, I feel like I like to do things in an experimental and different way, and where I appreciate formality, you know, learning by tradition. I love the idea of being able to teach others, of developing their own unique spiritual identities, ways of connecting in that are not guided by others. You shouldn't have to go through others in order to connect in with who you are, something higher higher than yourself, or connecting in with your creative energy, which is also spiritual energy. So teaching that, you know, I hope to find the right people, and I may do it online, but I don't know, you know, step by step. Doing this yoga course is going to be kind of my next step in sharing energy work, energy practice, and in unique ways. And actually, ironically enough, like on my OnlyFans, I've been experimenting more with like private healings, of doing things in more cultivated, unique ways, experimental ways of sharing spiritual information. You know, sharing on YouTube, it's like so generalized. It's much different when I'm able to work with people one-on-one, and kind of understanding who they are and approaching it in a way that fits right for them. It's so much easier when it's personalized, and I'm still kind of forming how I'd want to share or express myself to the rest of the world, especially in ways that, like I said before, can be somewhat limiting. You know, this format can be not the same as being in person, but finding ways of kind of breaking through this format, breaking through the technology, and really being able to connect others and spread information. Finding ways that are right for me in doing that. So one day at a time. It's been good though, trying to explore doing that. I definitely feel like it's been confusing for me throughout the years, even of like what I want to share, dealing with stigma. You know, one person wants you to do it this way, another person wants you to do it that way, and I just like to do things my own way, and I just kind of try and stick with that, but I want to do it in a way that is healthy, that is wise, that is considerate, and that is also practical and grounded in reality. You know, I appreciate and am deep in the woo-woo, so to speak. You know, it's kind of like being a part of a big soup of collective understanding, of heightened sensory perception, but also I want things to be grounded. I don't want to increase instability or to spread messages that only detach people from their own truths. You know, I would never want to lead people astray. So finding ways of teaching that I feel can blend my creativity and also my own perspective and knowledge in healthy ways is my goal, like my life goal. So we'll see. I already have a lot of things in mind with that, but I love to teach and I love to work with people, especially in person. So having like a physical school where I can like go and talk with people, that would be a dream. All right, gonna move on to Capricorn. Please may give an intuitive and guided message for Capricorn. For Capricorn, the upcoming month ahead, April 2025 for Capricorn. Please may give an intuitive and guided message for Capricorn. For Capricorn. Please may give an intuitive and guided message for Capricorn, the upcoming month ahead. For their higher self's highest good. For Capricorn. Wonderful. We got some repeating cards. The High Priestess, Perception, and Silence. So we're going to go to the High Priestess first. It's going to be collective energies. I'm trying to think who, there's another sign that got this. You may be dealing with, it's either, it could be Aries, Gemini, or Taurus. Really trusting yourself. Either way, here with the High Priestess, this is about radical intuition, radically trusting yourself. Major Arcana, so this is a huge phase of your life. Minor Arcana can be changed with a perspective change, a decision. It's very fleeting energy, but Major Arcana is like life happening to you. These are huge karmic learning phases, and right now this phase is about you trusting yourself, you really deeply trusting yourself. maybe even a time of pause. This month may be about you really pausing, sitting in silence, sitting in meditation, contemplating before you move forward. Both silence and the High Priestess are about withdrawal. So you may be withdrawing your energy, withdrawing communication, really pulling your energy back, not taking action in order to have a higher perception over a situation. So here with perception, we have the green. This is the heart chakra. So this is where the conscious meets the unconscious, really integrating a lot here in the heart. So maybe doing heart healing, heart transformation here with the butterfly. This is self-evolution. So with silence and the High Priestess and self-evolution, sort of very, very spiritual energies of really going into the self, contemplating the self, searching for deeper knowledge, really getting clear on who you are, how you feel, what you want, through giving this pause. Surprised I haven't seen the Hermit yet. Maybe it'll come through because this is such Hermit energy of withdrawal, pause, meditation, silence, and Temperance, divine healing. Wow, double major arcana. So another very, very healing, very spiritual card. Here we have the angel. This is about being watched over, about being protected. This is about being cooked in the oven, life doing its work. Imagine yourself as this water that is going in between each vase. It's being mixed, right? It's being mixed until everything is right, until everything is where it needs to be at. So this may be a time of processing emotion, of evolving, growing, having a pause. Things aren't yet ready for you to really launch off, for you to put all your energy into something. It really is this pause before the full growth happens. More growth needs to happen in order for your goal, your life or relationships need to move through. Big time pause, big time healing, big time heart evolution, big time perspective change. So think of yourself in like the cocoon. This is like the cocoon phase, all of these energies. And at some point you're gonna emerge a butterfly, but you have to be okay with, you know, being melted into goo. Oh, hi, Kurt. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for your super chat. I do requests here on YouTube. Go ahead and email me. I'm not going to do ASMR requests on this Tarot Live, but if you email me, I'll go ahead and honor your super chat with your request. I appreciate you so much for the $20. It really helps so much. But go ahead and email me. That's when I can do your request. You always become goo when you watch my videos. You melt like a chocolate. Oh, thank you. Mocking moniker. That is so sweet. I'm glad that you really feel relaxed when you watch what I create. It means so much to me. I hope you continue to enjoy what I create. All right, let me get one more for Capricorn. That was a very succinct reading, so really very clear message. 3 of those cards had just like the same energy, the same message. Page of Wands actually has come out quite a few times for other signs, so this could be collective energies about something new, maturing, growth. Page of Wands is very exciting energy, even communicating passionately. Maybe there's a pause before you communicate something that means a lot to you, where there's a lot of passion and excitement involved. Or there's just a new phase that you're very excited about, but it's still very new, and you are having to pause in order to kind of get yourself clear on how you want to move forward there with the Wands. Oh yes, Edgar, we're on Capricorn. Hopefully you can look back on the earlier part of the message. So once this is done, the live is done, you'll be able to go back and check it out. Yeah, Page of Wands is very exciting, but it needs discipline, it needs growth, and it still is very much in a young, fiery stage. So This is about having time to pause and to mature. Something needs to really grow. Pause to grow, and then there's going to be a lot of excitement on the horizon, a lot of development, growth, communication. All right, Capricorn, I hope that that could be of help for you in the upcoming month ahead. If you'd like a personalized tarot reading or astrology reading, go ahead and reach out to me. My email is in the description box. Also, go ahead and check out my OnlyFans. My OnlyFans is for everyone. I have exclusive videos, ad-free videos, versions of my original videos with or without music. So if it has music on the channel, I'll have a version without music, especially of newer videos on my OnlyFans. Also, keep an eye out in the upcoming month for my 4-week yoga class, my yoga course that I'll be sharing about stress relief, rejuvenation, and increasing vitality. I'm going to pause just for a moment to have a little snack and chat with everyone, and then I am going to move on to Aquarius. Did I do Sagittarius? Did I skip out on Sagittarius, or did I think Sagittarius was Capricorn? I think I jumped to Capricorn. So actually, I'm going to do Sagittarius. I feel like that reading was really a Capricorn reading, so I'm going to do Sagittarius next. Oh my God, I'm so sorry about that. It's fine. I'm not really going to worry about it. Yeah, that one felt really Capricorn to me. I guess if you can check both Sagittarius and Capricorn, see which one resonates for you. But here we go. I'll do this, and then I'll do Sagittarius. All right. For Sagittarius, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Sagittarius in the upcoming month ahead for Sagittarius. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Sagittarius. Whatever they need to hear for their higher self's highest good, please may help them through this reading and through these cards. For Sagittarius, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Sagittarius. All right. I love that. Some repeating cards there. We have wisdom, the blank card, full potentiality, also individuation. Love this. So here with the green, this is about doing heart healing, the heart chakra, making sense of a past situation, really gaining in wisdom in a past situation that could have actually caused a bit of grief. Having a higher understanding of a past situation, searching for higher truth, integrating wisdom, especially if you sought wisdom outside of yourself. Here we have an elder, so really growing in wisdom, growing in understanding. Here we have the Empress. The Empress energy coming out quite often in these readings, so collective energies here with the Wisdom card. This is about growth, so very much about Venus. Prosperity, growth, the arts, feeling abundant, feeling good in the self, full expansion. This is a time of growth and prosperity. And also here with the Empress, we are going through a Venus retrograde right now, the Empress ruling Venus. It will go forward moving mid-month and out of the shadow phase towards the end of this month. So you may be really integrating the wisdom of the past 2 months of the Venus retrograde here with the Wisdom and Empress card. I love this. So this is full potentiality. I always see this as the fertile ground, and you get to decide what seed you plant in this fertile ground, and it will grow. So this is full potentiality. You have the ability to fully utilize your will to create what it is that you want for yourself. You have that ability. You have that ability to create, the Empress, and here's this fertile ground. So literal fertility might be a subject right now. If you're not wanting to have kids, really consider, you know, using birth control or, you know, whatever method you prefer. This isn't about technical and actual fertility. This is simply about just full potential of what could happen if you have goals, if you have dreams, if you have something that you're wanting for yourself. There's a lot of new opportunities at hand if only you reach for them, if only you take those opportunities and plant them in this fertile ground. They will grow, but be mindful of what it is that you plant. If you plant a seed of something that you think you want but is not actually in line with what you want to live in your everyday life, be considerate about that. You may not be happy with the results, so be very clear on what you truly want in physical reality in very practical ways that is aligned with you. If you want that new job, but that new job is going to require 90 hours a week and you love to sleep and you have a million hobbies, that may not really be what you actually want. So get really clear on that. And here with individuation, I love this. This is somewhat similar to the Ace of Swords. Here we have the Sword of Truth, the sword and the stone. Individuation is about getting clear on who you are, regardless to anyone or anything else. So who are you? Not defining your identity and your sense of self outside of friends, outside of your community, outside of who you always believed yourself to be. This is defining the individual, defining who you are, and really getting clear on who you are. Marching to the beat of your own drum. Also focusing on the self. Maybe right now isn't a time of focusing on others or focusing on relationships or other connections or who you are mirrored in others. This is looking in your own mirror and really cultivating who you are. Okay, a final one here with Sagittarius. We have another green, so double green with victim. So you may have been at the bay of not being treated well by someone. So with victim card, there may have been an actual situation to where you either got the short end of the stick or were treated with either a lack of honesty, a sense of trickery, being at the bay of another person's immaturity, lack of understanding, lack of honesty, or showing up in true integrity. But with victim, it is also saying you have way more power in the situation than you think. This is about reclaiming your power, reclaiming your ability, and doing heart healing. Maybe you're gaining in wisdom over a past situation that you felt victimized to, that you felt you weren't treated well. You're now being able to separate yourself from that using the Sword of Truth to cut off any attachments or any old perspectives and really gain in wisdom, really integrating these lessons and seeing things in a higher way, in a different way. And maybe you're regaining your power through looking at it in a different way. Maybe you really couldn't make sense of why things had happened the way that they did, but now that you've integrated the lesson, you're finding a sense of peace, especially here with the peace dove. All right, Sagittarius, I hope that could be of help for you. Really wonderful time of heart healing, of peace, of wisdom, of focusing on yourself, and really acknowledging the full potential of what is possible, this new phase. Really wonderful energy. So sending you love for the upcoming month of April. If you'd like a personalized tarot reading or personalized astrology reading, go ahead and email me. The email's in the description box. Also, go ahead and check out my OnlyFans. I can be found there as All Day ASMR. My OnlyFans is for everyone. So I have exclusive content, versions of my videos with and without music, ad-free videos, and so much more. So go ahead and connect with me over there. It's been wonderful. And go ahead and keep an eye out in the upcoming month for my 4-week yoga course and class that will be here online, where I'll be sharing tools and tips to do energy work on yourself, to increase vitality, to rejuvenate the mind, body, and soul, and to release stress. So I really hope you enjoy it. But for now, I'm going to kind of pause, have a little snack, do a bit of chatting, and then I'll move forward to Aquarius. So also go ahead and check the Capricorn reading. It maybe had intended to be the Sagittarius reading, but it really felt like Capricorn, so maybe it'll connect with you, maybe not, but go ahead and check that one out as well. Okay. Terror Destroyer, the sunny Sunday morning brought out the sweet songs of many birds beyond my cracked window. I opened my sleepy eyes and wondered out loud, does Walmart sell bird poison? Oh, praying for the birds around you. Is he okay, marry me? Oh, you're so sweet. Oscar B, thank you, my sweet. Aw, you're so welcome, Oscar. Mocking Moniker, why do you use OnlyFans for your other content? I don't see you as a type to do not safe for work content. The thing is that OnlyFans isn't only for not safe for work content. It's just a platform that allows it. And I think people who don't use it only know it as that because in the past few years, it got into the media, it was reported about the fact that it does allow that. And honestly, I'm okay with a site that doesn't totally censor or overly censor the way that you share information, the way that you connect with others. OnlyFans provides way more levels of interacting, even like monetizing, of being able to share content, share information. Patreon is very limiting, to be honest with you. And I really like the setup of OnlyFans, and I prefer to keep it. Already I deal with so many levels of stigma doing my channel, whether it's like people who don't like the way I approach Reiki, or people who, are hyper conservative and don't like this, don't like that, they don't like my outfits. One person wants this, one person wants that. I'm not here to worry about all of that. If I feel like that platform is right for me, then so be it. And I'm not going to really worry about a stigma that is attached to a particular site simply because they allow the full spectrum of people sharing themselves. And also, let's say no to shaming sex work. There are many different people who do many different things, and I've seen a lot of shaming. Like once I've started sharing that, there's just like so much, shaming women around sex, and no, not about that. Yeah, thank you, Kenna. All right, I'm gonna have a little snack. Oh, hi. Oh, thank you for cheering me on from Japan. I appreciate that. All right. Going on to Aquarius. Yes, chow, chow, chow. Yummy snacks. I've been like, oh my God, Trader Joe's has these like thin ginger crisp cookies. Oh my gosh. I've eaten like half a pack in a day. They're so good, with tea especially. Oh, tastes so yummy. All right, for Aquarius, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Aquarius. For Aquarius, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Aquarius. The upcoming month ahead, April 2025, for Aquarius. For Aquarius. Wow. All right, bottom of the deck, we have Five of Cups. Abundance. Oh my God, abundance is coming out so much. What the heck? Big time collective energies. So I'm actually going to focus in here on abundance. The yellow, the solar plexus, asserting yourself. This is your locus of control. Also big focus on career, money, work, finances, your sense of abundance, your sense of prosperity. You maybe have been really focused on money, reassessing how you make money, where you put your energy, your time, even your sense of self-worth in the material realm. This is also saying here with abundance, it really is up to you how you respond to challenges. So this guy, he drops his coin down the gutter and he's all sad about it. Oh, woe is me, and he drinks his problems away. Meanwhile, this little girl puts gum on a string and finds ways of reaping all the rewards. She gets all the coins that had dropped. She walks away with a whole bag full of money. So it really is up to you how you navigate certain challenges or any particular situations. You can transform any situation to your benefit, and you can find a way of financially prospering. But it's about being innovative, you know, having kind of an entrepreneurial spirit, thinking outside of the box and doing things in a different way in order to benefit. Which Aquarius needs to do that. I think Aquarius really benefits when they march to the beat of their own drum. They do things in a unique, different, mind-expansive way, but really doing things in a creative direction. Forging your own path can sometimes require a bit extra effort and walking through the unknown. So yes, you can benefit from the situation, but also be very mindful that it is going to require discipline. And also here with simplicity, keeping things simple. You can benefit by simplifying your life, getting rid of old things, streamlining a particular process. If you feel like your energy or focus is all over the place, just pick a few things to really focus on and devote yourself to. And it's really going to benefit you in the long run. Really getting anywhere by having things be too complicated. Also, if you need to communicate anything or deal with any situation, going about it in a simple, open, honest, vulnerable way is really going to benefit. No need to make things complicated by trying to hide or trying to control. You can keep things simple and keep things true and sincere by simply being honest. Honest and going back to your pillar of truth, your pillar of what you think is right here inside of yourself, and staying true to that. And with Five of Cups, you may be getting over a situation where there was a bit of regret, resentment, sadness, or even processing grief. Maybe you were emotionally dissatisfied by something, or something kind of had disappointed you, either in the past or the recent past. And this is an opportunity for you to really do a bit of healing around your emotions, the cups, through focusing on work, through focusing on your abundance and simplifying your lifestyle and your life. Let me get one more about that Five of Cups for Aquarius. Seven of Wands is about setting boundaries or even being very defensive. Maybe you feel very defensive in a particular relationship, a particular situation. This is also the need to set really good boundaries and focus on the self. Also here with Seven of Wands, something is requiring a lot more effort, time, and energy than I think you initially thought it would require. So do watch out for burnout. If you are growing something or trying to work on something, expand something, it is going to require vulnerability. It is going to require effort. And it will require you setting different boundaries for yourself or approaching things in a different way that kind of is more representative of what you want and what you're capable of doing or having. So really readjusting how you give of your energy, how you give of your time is going to benefit you. Let me get one more from this deck for Aquarius. Ooh, perfection. Embracing imperfection, maybe being challenged by a situation that really impacted your sense of security and stability. Could have even triggered generational trauma or patterns. With perfection, this could be an inner critic or dealing with perfectionism, dealing with a situation that did not meet your sense of expectations. And this is saying don't get caught up in the imperfection of a situation. There could be elements of it that are still very good for you, but it's about having a perspective change and really being able to accept that things did not go the way that you had anticipated. In a lot of ways, this card speaks of grace, right? The sense of forgiveness and understanding that we can grow past our mistakes, that we can grow past imperfection, that things can still be good, even if, it is not the way that, in the exact way we had anticipated, and letting go of the inner critic. Also healing wounds around criticism, feeling criticized by yourself or by others, and really integrating that and noticing if you feel triggered by feeling criticized or feeling sad around feeling criticized. There may be some healing around that, especially intergenerational healing around that. I feel like that was pretty much the message for Aquarius. One last little one though. Every little step that you take is going to grow into something bigger. If you're wanting to make process, especially around emotional healing there with the water, one small step, small actions, small changes grow into something bigger. So if you're feeling like the elephant is too big to eat, it's one little bite at a time, one little bite at a time, and things, you're really going to get to where you want to be at, but it's going to require small everyday changes, whether that's lifestyle changes, changes in the way that you show up, changes in the way that you take action. It doesn't need to be these sweeping, huge things. It's little bits, little ways every day, and they all add up eventually to something much bigger. I hope that could be of help for you, Aquarius, in the upcoming month ahead. If you'd like a personalized tarot reading or astrology reading, go ahead and reach out to me. My email is in the description box. I also just recently launched my OnlyFans, which is for everyone. I'm sharing exclusive content, versions of my videos that are ad-free, with and without music. So if it's with music, on the channel will be also have options without music on my OnlyFans. Also, other ways of connecting, and keep an eye out as well for my 4-week yoga class and course that I will be sharing online, especially towards the end of the month. It'll be this particular 4-week course. There will be a few of them. This one is about stress relief, rejuvenation, and increasing vitality. I'll be stopping and chatting for a moment, taking a little snack, and then be on to the last sign, which is Pisces. Yes, Pisces is next. Mocking moniker. I'm curious about your background and beliefs. What do you believe? Do you subscribe to Gnosticism, Orphism, Hermeticism, witchcraft? So I have very unique beliefs. I would say I'm actually a universalist, so I really connect in with so many different spiritual paths, so many different spiritual teachings. I do tend to try and stay in my own, the path that was given, which I would say is Western esotericism. I am very fascinated by Hermeticism, right? Working with Hermes. This is about channeling, tapping into higher energy through creative energy, so whether that is through art, music, divination, big interest in magic, psychomagic, trance work, even hypnotism, things like that, in order to have heightened spiritual experiences. Though I am very interested in so many different paths. I read multiple different texts. Actually, right now, I've been reading the Gnosis Gospels, so like the things left outside of the Bible, about Pistis Sophia and the Book of Enoch. Definitely love different lore. I also frequent a Bhakti Yoga center and temple, so big interest in Krishna consciousness, which is Christ consciousness. Also many other spiritual paths. Obviously my family has very much this unique approach to spirituality. I grew up going to many different temples, many different kinds of churches. It was very, very inclusive. My family really frequented, especially like Vietnamese Buddhist temples. Everywhere that we moved is like, we went to a few of them. Catholicism, also Hindu temples, and learning Reiki, like energy healing and stuff like that from my grandma. My family has its own kind of spiritual approach that I would say is very creative and unique, and I would definitely try and carry that on. I'd say that my search and my connection with God is through myself and I like to find many different paths and tools that help me tap into my own connection. I think that if you require a group or another person, like an organization to tell you what God is and how to connect in, then that's not real spirituality, right? You have your own direct conversation, direct connection. Any group that tries to tell you that you're not connecting with God right, if you're not doing it this exact way, if you're not raising your pinky and then jumping on one leg and chanting this one very specific, mantra, if you're not doing it this exact way, then that's not connecting with God. I don't believe in any of that. You can create your own rituals. And if a pre-created ritual connects with you and makes you feel a strong connection, then great. But I also believe that you can create your own rituals. If I get up and decide every time I lay down and I move my left foot in a circle 5 times, if I do that, while I'm doing that, that is when I'm praying. And when I do this one little ritual, that is a moment for me to pause and to acknowledge my spiritual connection with something higher, or to tap into myself. Then that's a practice. That becomes your spiritual ritual. If you want to do that while you wash dishes, say every time I sit down to do a dish, I'm going to commune with God. I'm really going to be conscious of my body, of who I am, how I feel, really being in this present moment. And this act is an act of devotion, not just to myself, but to something higher, to feel connected in, to feel whole and loved. Then that becomes a spiritual practice. I think it's really important as we move forward in humanity to not rely on other people telling us what is right. You find your path, and in a lot of ways that is what magic is, that is what alchemy is. You can transform anything into being something profound, magical, built with intention, ripe with meaning, ripe with spiritual truth. It's really about you staying grounded and developing your own connection and deciding, does this path work for me? Does it not work for me? And it's okay if other people decide on other paths. That's what feels relevant and works for them. You get to decide what archetypes resonate with you, what approaches, what rituals, what belief systems resonate with you, just as long as it goes towards the highest truth, which is love, which is compassion, which is deepening connection, personal growth, maturity, caring for others, caring for how your actions impact the world around you, your willpower, your own responsibility as a God. We are all gods. We have creative power, creative ability, not just energetically as generators of incredible, intense energy, but through action, right? You want to manifest this and that. You manifest by doing, by actually living it out, by acting it out, not thinking it through, not trying to do all the million affirmations and then somehow your manifestation comes out mysteriously sitting in front of you. This is about getting yourself focused on what you want, and when your thoughts, when your heart, and when your excitement are aligned in a particular direction, you naturally take action towards it. I really do believe that action is the true spiritual path, is the true spiritual devotion and ritual. If you claim to be spiritual, but then you do not act in integrity with yourself, you do not consider others, consider the weight of your actions. You may tell yourself that you're spiritual, think about spirituality, but if you are not living it, if you're not physically trying to act it out, then what good is it? It's no good to anyone. It's simply an illusion of the mind. Something to think about, not something that is, being lived out in the physical realm. If someone says that they're an atheist, but also regularly cares for others, regularly performs acts of generosity, regularly shows up for the people in their life, cares for them, supports them, listens to them, and really desires to make everyone's life easier and just care for others in a vulnerable and open way. That is more spiritual and meaningful than someone who touts being the best Christian ever, the most spiritual person, but then in actuality is very selfish, is very inconsiderate, and doesn't actually act out the spiritual principles that they, tell themselves that they believe. So it really is about who you decide to be, and that is the true power of spiritual practice, of spiritual identity. So you can tell yourself you're this, you're that, doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter to me. I love all paths, but I think the only thing that matters to me is that we live out these paths. We find ways of implementing it in a practical reality. And oftentimes we live things out in reality. It can be messy. It can be imperfect. It has trial and error. So I'd say that also a big belief of mine is releasing this idea of spiritual perfection, that we have to be so pure and so perfect in order to grow, in order to be spiritual beings. Don't allow any other person to tell you what is right for you, and that you have to be this or that. I mean, if you're harming others, like, yeah, that's not great. But if you want to wear whatever you want, if you want to change your name, if you want to have a particular identity, if you love someone of the same gender or whatever, God doesn't care about that. God, it's not a humanized, we can't view God or heightened energy, collective consciousness as like a human being. It doesn't work that way. It's so flexible, and so many opportunities of embracing difference, embracing individuality, embracing other ways of expressing and living. So I'd say that God loves diversity and does not live with the kind of human judgment, this idea that you're pure or unpure. So I have a lot of opinions, which that's what they are, my personal opinions. You believe what you want, just as long as it doesn't hurt other people. We're all trying to find our truths. Reality is different for every single person, and reality is changing at every time, every moment. Every millisecond, the old reality is ended, and we step into a new reality as new events unfold, as the world changes. So I think being true to that, to change, to flexibility. Oh, thank you, Kurt. Oh, I'm glad. A child of interdimensional being. Oh my God, I love that, Kenna. I'd love to receive a crocheted bag. You're so sweet. And what do you want to find through magic and spirituality? I think we're all searching for connection. That's really it, right? Connection, purpose. All right, I'm going to move on to the last sign of Pisces. For Pisces, please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Pisces in the upcoming month ahead. For Pisces. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Pisces. For Pisces. Please let me give an intuitive and guided message for Pisces. All right, bottom of the deck, we have King of Pentacles, complacency. I'm just going to pull in the middle of this deck here. Ooh, magic. Oh, wonderful. Love this. All right, so King of Pentacles, magic and complacency. Big focus on work, stability, security, finances, resources, making money, working on your career, becoming disciplined, becoming stable, growing a business, taking care of others, embracing responsibility. So it seems to be kind of the theme for almost every sign. I do think that it has to do with the Venus retrograde that is going forward moving mid-month. mid-April, and will be out of its shadow phase towards the end of April. So big focus on embracing responsibility, changing up your lifestyle, your habits, taking commanding control over your money, really deciding to implement structure, order, stability, discipline into your life. Maybe that's something you've really been craving. There also could be a dream or goal that you've really wanted to work on. Here with complacency. Complacency is saying that your comfort zone is the killer of your dreams. So the red, the hips to the feet, your sense of security and stability. Also generational trauma, patterns, beliefs and limitations of those who came before you. So here with complacency, this woman, she tells her family all her life, oh, she wants to move to Florida, she wants to move to Florida. And she lives out her life, and she passes away, and her kids go through her things, and they realize she could have always moved to Florida. There's never a time that that wasn't an opportunity for her. She wanted to do that and dreamed of doing that, but it was her comfort zone, her fear of the unknown, her fear of asserting herself, of taking responsibility of what that would mean to actually move, that she just didn't take the risk. So this is saying, don't allow complacency to hold you back. You may need to get out of your comfort zone or to be in a moment of discomfort in order to grow in the way that you're needing to, or in order to realize a dream. And I feel like this comfort zone is really just about old habits, maybe even procrastination, not really wanting to be focused. The King of Pentacles really lays claim to his time. He organizes his time, he organizes his efforts, and he is very disciplined. So I think implementing that is going to put you out of your comfort zone and allow you to create what you're wanting to create. With magic, you have a lot of potential for creation, to create what it is that you want for yourself. This is alchemy. This is creating something out of nothing, or transforming one situation into a new one. So pure creative ability, tapping into your own personal power of manifestation. Also your own joy, your own charisma. It really feels like you're trying to build something career-wise, or build something in your physical realm that could be connected with a deep desire, some whimsical, mystical, wonderful desire. And it is possible for you, but it's going to take you really getting real about actually doing it, actually creating it, and being disciplined. I feel like that was a very succinct, very clear message. Three of Wands, love this, expansiveness. Three is expansion. Three of Wands is saying you've already been putting in a lot of effort into growing something very exciting for yourself. Traditional Rider Waite, this is a merchant, and he's just sent off his goods on a ship. And he knows, here he's watching his ship sail away, and now it's going to require patience. He knows that at some point the ships are going to come back. When they come back, they're going to carry the wealth of all the things that he sold or all the things that he created. So this is looking forward and knowing there is going to be a return on investment, but you're still kind of being patient, having to wait. This is the pause before you really see the return on investment, where you've been putting your energy, where you've been putting your time. So do know things are really growing, but it may take a moment to really see the fullness of its course, of its realization. And once again, it really kind of feels like this is about career and money, maybe either a personal business, side business, a creative venture, really focusing something with work, some dream. I'm going to pull one more card from this deck, and then I feel like that's it for Pisces. Ooh, destiny. I love this. Living your destiny, living your purpose. Here with the Crown, releasing any belief systems that block you from really knowing your truth, knowing what it is that you want, knowing what is possible for you. This is not just about manifest destiny, creating your destiny, or living out some higher purpose for yourself that you know is right for you. This could also be about destined connections, whether that's relationship, work connections, family member, friend. This is about really trusting in these divine connections, building something with someone else, living out a purpose in connection with another. This could also be divine counterpart. If you do not have someone, maybe through your work or living out your purpose, you will meet a more long-term life partner. And if this isn't about romance, this is simply about being guided to your purpose, guided to your destiny, accepting the fullness of your destiny. Something grand, something big is really intended for you, but it's going to be a bit outside of your comfort zone in order to step into the responsibility of your purpose. And that's okay. Sometimes it's time to just, feels like a growing up of deciding, okay, it's time for me to take myself seriously, to take my purpose seriously, and do what it takes to live it through. And I hope that could be of help for you. If you like a personalized tarot reading or a personalized astrology reading, go ahead and reach out to me. My email is in the description box. I've also recently started my OnlyFans. My OnlyFans is for everyone. I am sharing exclusive content as well as versions of my videos that are ad-free, both with music and without music. So if it's without music on the channel, there will be a version, especially in newer videos, with music, as well as many other things. So go ahead and check out the subscription there. It'd be fun to connect with you. And keep an eye out in the upcoming month for my 4-week yoga class and course. It is intended to help with stress relief, rejuvenation, and to increase vitality. Oh, thanks, Stephen. I appreciate you. I'm glad that you connected with the energy. Mocking moniker, from my perspective, what is femininity and masculinity? That's a really hard question to answer in a brief amount of time. I don't know that I have enough time to really go hardcore into it. I am going to have to leave soon, about to go to an event. But I think that femininity and masculinity are very, very flexible. One, I think we all have those aspects, those archetypes in us, and ideally we have full feminine side, full masculine side, and also full side that has nothing to do with these gender constructs or these limiting ways of viewing the self. When it comes to other things in the world, feminine energy simply meaning something that is more inward. It's kind of the soup. Think of the womb, full potentiality, and masculine is asserting the self, the external world. These are just different. I think that if we try and attach the idea of femininity or masculinity to gender, which there's also a lot of gender deviation, many intersex people who are straight up born with like both female and male genitalia. Like there's so much diversity, not just in actual body, but like archetype. I think it's important to view the feminine and masculine outside of gender construct and more about ways of being feminine, being inward, nurturing, a bit more passive, and then masculine being assertive, supportive, moving outward, and kind of this penetrating energy. So that's kind of my opinion with that. It's way more complicated than that, but honestly, I'm glad to hear you love to hear me talk. It's been fun chatting on here. And it's always so weird going on live because I don't really know like how I'm gonna sound, how I'm gonna look. I can't really worry about that. My pre-recorded videos, it's much easier for me to have a sense of like control, I guess, over something. If I don't like how I said something or did something, I can just edit it out of the video. But these lives, I'm just like, I'm just me, you know, eating some snacks, saying whatever it is that I feel like saying, and it's definitely a point of vulnerability. I feel a little bit shy sometimes doing these lives, but it's been a lot of fun. How do I identify? That's hard. I mean, first, I guess I would identify as a person, but I don't always identify as a person either, especially when we think of more eternal energy. Oh, speaking of that, actually, last little thing before I go, I've been considering, actually, no. I gotta keep this to myself. In the future, I'm considering doing different types of videos, a bit more experimental, a bit more role play videos, but we'll see. But I'm not going to lay claim to anything before I've really developed the direction I'm going in. So for now, I gotta reel that almost secret that I let out there about future content. But it really is about collective understanding, viewing ourselves outside of human construct, not just like the construct that humans have made with their mind, with society, with thoughts, with beliefs, but like actual human construct, like being in a body, being in this world. I think that I identify with something so much more beyond that, and something that is so deeply eternal. And I'd say that that is my main identity, especially when I'm just going throughout my day, interacting with my life, or just sitting down and working on things, doing things. I don't really always view myself as this or that. It's a much more fluid sense of identity, and I think if we try and box ourselves in, it's never gonna turn out that great. So we can't box ourselves in, we can't box in other people. If I want to be one way today and then a totally different way tomorrow, I have that ability to choose to do that if I feel like that's right for me. And if I identify as one person or one thing today, and I identify as another person or thing tomorrow, then so be it. We have that flexibility and opportunity. So with that, I hope that everyone who stuck around really enjoyed the live, and I've really enjoyed chatting with everyone, and I really hope that these tarot readings could be of help. Remember, take what resonates, discard the rest. This is just for fun, for entertainment and speculation, right? You have free will, and if you decide to completely change your life right now or tomorrow, then you know you can always rise higher than the narrative of the cards. That's always available to you. So sending so much love from me to you. Very excited to continue sharing different things and doing different things. So much love. Happy April.